and Kara Lawson now in year number 5. Louisville has won 6 of the last 7 matchups in this series, including a big win last year in Louisville. And again, we remind you that Duke is unbeaten in this building so far this season. Louisville wearing their home black uniforms. They have 3 new starters from last year. And both teams, boy, Duke really known for their defense.
Well, that was a great job of disrupting the timing of that play. We saw Louisville working on that offense in shoot-around today.
Jayda Curry has to hoist one up. So a good first possession for Duke, who is second in the league, giving up only about 59 points per game. In ACC games, only 53 points allowed. As you take a look at their starters, Kara Lawson, has had the same 5 starters for the entire season. Reagan Richardson really has been in a prolonged slump, and they need to get her going.
Yeah, they really do. And this is a team in Duke that has struggled offensively over the last 11 games, and part of that being Reagan Richardson's struggles, and for her to find some confidence, find some rhythm heading into the ACC tournament.
Averaging just 5 points per game in her last 8 after being the leading scorer heading into that run. And right away, the ball is almost given away, saved by Donovan. And as the shot clock goes off, a rescue by Donovan, who was their best defensive player, best rebounder, number 4. Richardson, that's a very good start for her.
It's a great start, and not just that she scored the bucket, but how aggressive she was to the rim, how confident that drive looked.
Louisville trying to get something done in transition. Delaney Thomas able to save it.
You know, oftentimes when you're in a shooting slump, you can be a little conservative, right? You can be a little soft, not aggressive. And Reagan Richardson attacks right away. Kara Lawson said she's had great practices. She feels really good about where she is. Sometimes it's just a confidence factor. You can see her numbers under 5 points a game, 28%, 1 of 13 from the 3-point line. She is imperative to Duke having a deep run in March.
Yeah, it really affects all the other players on the floor. And here's someone, Taina Mayer, who played really well against Notre Dame. 15 points, did not miss a shot in the first quarter, and Coach Lawson, singled her out for her effort in the backcourt.
Well, she's done an outstanding job of taking care of the basketball. Her assist-to-turnover ratio is off the charts, second in the ACC in league play. But they can get more scoring from her. She has been selective in when she's taken shot opportunities, and they're going to need her to hunt more.
Mayer is in her second year at Duke, started out at BC. She is a Boston native, set BC's single season assist record as a freshman, and then decided to come down to Duke and has been running the show at the point for them. That foul was on Delaney Thomas. Jalea Williams, the Miami transfer, as Fournier has entered the game and is scored on by Olivia Cochran. And Cochran got her 1,000th rebound of her career in their last game against Florida State. Louisville has been off for a week, and the shot by Donovan goes in. Donovan with that unorthodox shooting motion. It's the one sort of part of her game that needs to be worked on is her shooting, but she is terrific defensively. As we saw right there, great play. Got the block on Harris. The spot up. Fournier got good position in front of Cochran, but the ball goes over to the Cardinals.
Oh, this is outstanding one-on-one defense, and Kara Lawson has talked about Jayden Donovan being an elite defender. She has great length with long arms as well. She can guard 1 through 5, but you mentioned it, that next level of her development is her offensive skill set, her ball handling, her ability to knock down shots.
Foul was called on Olivia Cochran. And now Fournier with the miss, and there's Donovan always around the basketball, but it goes over to Louisville. And some pressure now from Duke. Contact and an opportunity for Curry after being fouled by Jackson.
We saw Louisville this morning in shoot-around really working on the press break. They're going to see it often. They're going to see it almost every dead ball. They're going to see it after free throws. Gaining confidence early and maintaining ball security is going to be paramount.
Curry heads to the free throw line. First-year starter, second year at Louisville after a couple years at Cal. And there is Jeff Walz, who has done such a terrific job. And you see, that's pretty good company, right? With Gino, Kim, and Dawn, all of them being able to go to multiple Final Fours.
It's hard to believe he's in his 18th season
Yes.
at Louisville, and really what he's done with this program has been pretty incredible. And to maintain it consistently, no matter what the roster looks like, no matter what the roster makeup.
And this team has taken a little bit longer to gel. As we mentioned, just Harris and Cochran returning as starters. Curry got it blocked by who else? Donovan. Richardson, unselfish, gets it over to Mayer.
And not just Donovan's ability to block shots or get steals, but then push in transition, that point forward, initiate the break so everyone else can run lanes.
Cochran bringing the ball up. You know, we asked Carol Lawson why Donovan's so good. She says basically she's just a freakishly good athlete, right? That she's got WNBA athleticism, is along with Okananwa, who is now in the game, are the two fastest players on the team. Look inside, a little bit too much on the shot from Harris.
And those are ones you got to finish. You're not going to get easy opportunities when you're playing against this Duke team. You've got to be able to finish around the rim.
Duke can struggle to score in half court. Okananwa with the miss, and then nobody boxed her out. She was able to sneak in to get the offensive rebound on their own shot.
Oluchi Okananwa does a lot of really good things, but she is one of the best offensive rebounding guards, if not the best offensive rebounding guard in the league. And that's just, you know, a lack of discipline right there. A contest by Roberts, but not finishing the play, and Okananwa makes her pay.
Okananwa is a kind of a player who seems to go at full speed all the time. And Coach Lawson says that's something that will come with experience, can maybe slow things down a little bit, but kind of expand your vision on the court. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, certainly when you have elite speed, sometimes the ability to gear down is a little bit of a challenge, and you also get very tunnel visioned. But that's next level development.
And Okananwa, just a sophomore, as is Donovan.
You know, it's one thing to just play the game, right? It's another thing to be able to play the game and then think the game and see things and have the game slow down for you.
Cochran has played in a lot of games. This is her 160th in a Louisville uniform, too shy of Mikasa Robinson, who was such a great team player, now an assistant at Marshall. So she will soon pass Robinson for the most games ever played for any Louisville Cardinal.
And one of 3 players in Louisville program history with 1,500 points and 1,000 rebounds. So she's certainly left her mark on this program and is continuing to leave it.
There's a turnover. And the other 2 players in the 1,500 point and 1,000 rebound club, fairly good.
Fairly good.
Yes. Angel McCautry and Maisha Hines-Allen.
Maisha Hines-Allen, that's right. Who's still playing?
Yep, still going. Inside 5 minutes, low scoring game, we're not shocked by that. Richardson back rims it. Rebound taken down by Amari Berry, one of several freshmen who are getting good minutes for Coach Walz, and then Richardson fouls. So Duke up 8-4 as we hit our first timeout.
Well, Duke's ability to get out in transition is going to be important, and one of Jeff Wall's concerns, certainly. Yeah, the numbers have gone up offensively, and really early in the season, the defensive numbers were down. No, but once conference play has come into play, their defense has elevated itself. I think the struggle now is finding consistent ways to score. Sometimes that happens throughout the course of conference play because teams know you so well. But the key for Duke has got to be getting Reagan Richardson back.
Yeah, she is absolutely vital for them. Got an early basket in this game, and Louisville struggling to get anything going offensively. So Donovan protecting the perimeter now. Tough shot for Cochran. Fournier posting up, going against Cochran. And that's a lot of experience in Cochran against a true freshman in Fournier.
And that's really good defense. You know, just playing scouting report defense, getting on that left shoulder, forcing Duke to hit over a contested hand.
Yeah, that was one of the matchups we were looking forward to, Fournier and Cochran. And that's a travel, they got her. Third turnover for Louisville.
Now you see the numbers. The first 15 games of the season averaging 80 points a ball game, shooting it at a high clip, and the last 11 really struggling on the offensive end. Now the good thing is their defense has been excellent. It's been elite, but that puts a lot of pressure on your defense night in and night out. And when you look at a player like Reagan Richardson, who's used to getting 12 to 14 points a ball game, and through this stretch averaging about 5, they're gonna have to find a way to get her going again.
Averaged 12.5 points per game last year. She was second team all-conference. Jackson, nope. And left all alone is Curry, who is limping on that right leg. That's why she didn't move very far. Got an easy layup, but she's in some pain as she comes out.
We couldn't really tell it there, but the way she was limping, it'll certainly look like maybe a tweak of an ankle. She got an opportunistic hoop out of it.
Yeah, it was right at the basket, and now has left the game. Duke has missed its last 6 shots, and that one goes in.
If you can get that from Jayden Donovan consistently, the ability to not just score in transition, but knock down that 8 to 10 foot jump shot at an 8 to 10 point clip a game, I mean, that elevates this team.
That's a nice drive to the basket for Williams.
That was just a defensive breakdown right there by Louisville. Ashlyn Jackson gets to the middle of the floor. There's only one rotation, an easy bucket for Fournier.
And Fournier gets her first basket. She is leading the team in scoring, 13.5 points per game. 20th overall in the ACC. Cochran unable to put the follow in. Louisville has missed 9 of its last 11 shots, still only down by 4, and that's too tall for Fournier, who is listed at 6'2", but looks a little taller.
Oh, Jalea Williams, really good take, stays along the baseline, strong finish inside. Look, Duke is also a team, while they have been outstanding defensively, they can be foul prone. They're averaging over 16 fouls a ball game, so going hard to the rim, not fading away, finishing strong, getting some easy bucket opportunities or opportunities at the foul line can be key.
Louisville 6 of their 8 points in the paint. The other 2 coming from the free throw line. So nothing from the perimeter so far for the Cards. Ball skips over to Barry. Shot clock again winding down. It's going to be a slog all night probably for Louisville. And the shot is banked in by Easton Bulolu.
Well, Louisville getting lucky, certainly right there. The entire shot clock, they stayed outside the three-point line. Duke is too good to not put pressure on them by attacking the rim or moving the ball.
First points for Louisville. outside of the paint. Mayer with a big-time spinner that goes in. Another good first quarter for Taina. She's got 6. Shot clock is off now for Louisville. Williams able to put it up and in. So Jalea Williams with a couple of late buckets here to close out the first quarter. It's a 1-point Duke advantage for just 1 quarter of work for Jayden Donovan, Pam Ward, and Stephanie White. Joining you from Durham, North Carolina, Louisville and Duke, each with just 3 games left in the regular season, including this game. Taken away by Okananwa.
She's too fast. You're not catching her.
Okananwa, just a sophomore herself, averaging 9.5 points per game. A lot of balance on this Duke team. Boy, defensively, they are just demonic.
You look at how far out Louisville's running offense.
Donovan with the defense and another rebound. And that's an example, right, of she's on Istanbulolu, who is 6'3", and then you'll also see her out guarding guards on the perimeter. That's a giveaway. But Louisville can't finish. It's off Jackson. Louisville ball.
Well, this is frustrating if you're Jeff Walz. You come out of a timeout and just a careless turnover, and Okananwa gets that. She is leading the pack, and that's an easy 2. Now, she has been outstanding in conference play. I mean, she's taken her game to another level. She's really starting to find it offensively to go with that energy and the intangibles.
Averaging 11.5 points per game in conference play. Her rebounding numbers are up as well. And when we talked to Jeff Walz today at shoot around, he mentioned specifically Okananwa, one of the players that he was concerned about. High energy. And you're right, if she gets the ball, it's over. Tried to get it into Thomas, and that didn't connect. Cochran coming back in for Louisville to replace Nyla Harris. Trying to go back door, but Donovan was able to get her hand on it.
You see the deflection and then the switch, right? The ability to have versatility, and now the help. Just really good instincts.
And draws the charge, does Delaney Thomas, but, well, you're right, it's like a clinic watching Donovan out there.
Yeah, it really is, and this is a good job by Delaney Thomas of staying in there, taking the contact.
See Cochran upset because she has just picked up her 2nd foul. She had just come back into the game, and now she's going out for Harris. And a little bit of a break for Louisville because Jayden Donovan is now off the floor for Duke to get a breather. Richardson gave it up, and now Curry, little bit of a crease, couldn't finish. Ball taken out by Williams. Curry spots for 3 and hits it.
That's a great find by Jalea Williams. Good job of scanning the floor and finding Jayda Curry.
Curry now with 7. And we have a tie ball game. Both teams with identical 11-3 records in the league. Jackson calmly hits the shot.
That's too much pace for Ashlyn Jackson. She's coming off of that on-ball screen. You can't be below the free throw line and give her that pull-up.
She struggled the last couple of games with her shot. That's back-to-back threes now for Louisville. That time Taj Roberts. And Taj, the freshman, gives Louisville its first lead. And a charge drawn. Jackson called for her second foul.
Louisville starting to find a little bit of a rhythm right here, just attacking an area. It just forces a little bit of help, enough to give Roberts time and space for that three-point shot. When Louisville has been able to get a foot in the paint, whether it's a score or whether it's the ability to spray out, they've had success. It's when Duke keeps them out beyond the three-point line and they're just passing the ball around the perimeter. It makes it tough.
That was a good look into Harris. Duke has turned the ball over 4 times in the last 3 minutes. They just did it again. Turning the ball over, and it's turned into a Louisville lead. That might have been a walk that Williams got away with.
She sure did.
And Kara Lawson finally calls a timeout. Louisville on a 10-4 run, about a 7-0 run, Steph, and it only took them 40 seconds.
Well, a great job of creating space, of knocking down open shots, and that's what it's going to take. You're not going to get a lot of open looks, and when you do, you've got to convert them.
Meanwhile, that's 5 turnovers in the last 3.5 minutes for Duke, and Louisville is making them pay.
A great job of coming out of the timeout, sending 2 defenders to Taina Mayer. They're going to continue to blitz her, get the ball out of her hands, and then the ability to turn defense into offense. Louisville and Duke, 2 of the best in the ACC when it comes to points off of turnovers. You see the numbers right there.
And Jayda Curry, who is on pace to be the best free throw shooter in the history of Louisville, completes the 3-point play. Meanwhile, Reagan Richardson has picked up her second personal foul. Reagan 2 points tonight, 1 of 2 from the floor. The run is 9-0, and that is erased with Fournier's bucket. But Louisville going end to end. Roberts.
And I love that. Get the ball out of the net quickly. Get down the floor before Duke can set their defense.
Josh Roberts really making an impact as a true freshman. That's a backcourt violation. The defense turning it up for the Cards.
Well, a really good job of locking in those traps with Taina Mayer. They're sending 2, they're able to get the ball out of her hands, create some turnovers. That allows them to get out in transition and get some easy ones.
And you see 6 turnovers in this quarter for Duke. They have 6 points in this quarter. There's Roberts, the reigning freshman of the week in the league. Guarded by Donovan. Blue Buyer. Mayer came over for the help and drew the charge.
I felt like they missed an opportunity to get Randolph a post touch on the mismatch. And I don't know. I always think that is such a tough call when you're on the gather and on your way up, sliding in at the last minute. I know the block charge is one of the toughest calls, but when a player's already on the way up, that's a tough one.
Yep, Roberts picks up her first. Okananwa spins, and too much spinning. That's a travel. 9 turnovers now for the Devils. They average 15 per game. They lead the league in forced turnovers at 21.5 per game. Louisville has turned it over 6 times so far. Curry.
And Louisville in the last 3 games, they've turned up their defensive energy, their defensive intensity. They're forcing 17 turnovers a game in the last 3.
Shot clock winding down now.
Harris isn't aware.
Nope. And they don't get a shot off in time. It's the kind of turnovers that I would think might put a gray hair or 2 in a coach's head.
Yeah, and I think a frustrating one, right? Your upperclassman and Nyla Harris has to know the shot clock. You've got to be able to be aggressive and attack the rim. They've done a good job of getting Duke in a little bit of foul trouble by being aggressive to the rim.
And in that last shot of Jeff Walls, we saw Amanda Butler, who is a first-year assistant on this outstanding staff. Butler had been at Clemson. Another turnover. And they give it right back with a foul underneath. They got it on Harris. Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, the College Game Day crew is in Raleigh getting you set for a great afternoon of basketball, including #1 Notre Dame taking on NC State at noon, Carolina and Louisville. We will be there at 2, and then LSU and Kentucky. That's all coming up on Sunday. Okananwa hits from the outside. Oluchi now with 5 points. Louisville had made 6 straight shots until that missed. Mayer to Okananwa, who just hit a 3, and this time she drives in for 2.
She changes the game. Oluchi Okananwa changes the game with her energy, her aggressiveness to the rim, her tenacity on the defensive end of the floor, her ability to score quickly because of that speed.
She was the 6th player of the year last year in the league. Also all freshman, but yeah, just plays at an incredible pace. Chancy pass that was taken away by Curry. Williams guarded by Okananwa. Duke has a lot of really good defensive players. Okananwa, one of them. And the cable, number 15, out on the floor now for Duke, and that's another 3. Louisville's hit 3 of them in this quarter. That's Randolph, one of the freshmen. Randolph was 1 for 16 from 3 before she hit that one. Now 2 for 17 on the season. And then she almost forced a turnover, 11 seconds to shoot for Duke.
Oh, this is a good one to take right here. The little dribble punch, clock's running down, so she can't think about it for too long, right? Just let it fly.
Randolph, a freshman from Los Angeles. Okananwa with the miss. Good box out by the freshman Roberts. And now, can she hit? Nope. Thomas got rid of it. And a foul against Duke. Going for the rebound. Mayer picks up her first foul. Duke shooting 50% from the floor in this game.
Just not getting enough opportunities with the turnovers.
Yep, they have taken 6 fewer shots than Louisville. Louisville has made 3 more threes. That's a giveaway. Trying to get underneath to Thomas, where she runs into Curry.
You just can't afford those kinds of turnovers. You had complete control of the basketball. Duke wasn't rushing Louisville into anything. And then coming down on the other end, it gives them a little bit of momentum. That's a tough catch by Delaney Thomas.
Thomas, just a sophomore from West Virginia. First-year starter. Fournier not in the game right now for Duke. Good pass to find Thomas. There's the versatility of Donovan, who gets the assist.
And Duke will look different without Fournier on the floor. Not really a true low post, back to the basket presence, but they can do it with movement. Get the ball to the high post, look to attack, draw, kick.
Curry. Shot clock again. getting really skinny. They need a shot. Williams gets it, didn't hit the rim, but a foul is called. With 0.2 of a second left on the shot clock. Dee Cantner makes the call. Billy Smith and Saif Esho are other officials tonight.
Yeah, Williams gets bailed out right here on the attack. Jaden Donovan couldn't get out of the way. But I think that Louisville can continue to find success by attacking the paint. They're getting opportunities at the foul line. They're creating fouls. The other thing that they can do is then once you get rotation, because Duke will adjust, then you spray out and you get your open threes.
6 men's basketball games on ESPN on Saturday, starting at noon Eastern. But here's our featured matchups. Iowa State in Houston, Sonic blockbuster time. Then #1 Auburn plays Georgia, and it's Kentucky, Alabama, all coming your way Saturday on ESPN and on the app. It's a lot of games. 6 men's games on Saturday. Duke being outscored here 19-13 in the quarter. Tipped by Mayer on the inbounds, and then it's taken right back by Williams. Curry saved it. Mayhem in Cameron right now. Curry picked up her dribble a long way away. They need a shot. Curry gets it. Boom, and it goes in. Jayda Curry threw up the prayer, and it was answered. Now the shot clock's off for Duke. Mayer. Thomas just got it off in time. A nice finish for Duke to close out the half, but Louisville making some threes.
One-on-one, really passive, not aggressive. You know, Duke excels when they can play in transition, when they can pressure you, they can create some more turnovers, but the ball's got to go through the bucket in order to set that press.
And they shot over 50% in the first half to Duke, but those turnovers really hurting them. And there's a foul call to start things off. Pam Ward and Stephanie White joining you from Cameron Indoor Stadium. And there you see the three-point shooting, just 1 of 8 for Duke. They only average about 6 makes per game, which is towards the bottom of the ACC.
Well, they're a team that can shoot it at a pretty decent clip, but they don't shoot a lot of them. And if you're Louisville, Louisville has been outstanding defending the three-point line over these last 3 games. And Delaney Thomas continues to stay aggressive on the offensive glass. I like it when Louisville's attacking off the bounce. Forcing rotations, you don't have to force anything, right? Just make the next right play.
Outside shot missed by Jackson. And then Williams able to run the floor.
And that's just a breakdown defensively. No one picking up the ball, getting in front of the basketball, allowing Jalea Williams to just walk right in there.
Williams, really, what a great pickup from the transfer portal. Williams starting for 3 years at Miami. Mayer going inside to Thomas. Good defense by Curry, and the pass was a little bit too ambitious. That's 13 turnovers now for the Devils.
That's the right read, because what happened is Louisville went under the first on-ball screen, then switched the second one. That was the right read. You just got to be able to deliver that pass.
Good ball fake by Williams on Mayer, then drove in and got the basket.
Physicality right there. Jalea Williams attacks the baseline, and watch the initiation of contact, just getting into Mayer, getting her off of her, creating a little bit of space and finishing that play.
You saw Mayer hacked her on the arm.
That's that experience right there. And Williams coming off of a game against Florida State where she didn't shoot the ball particularly well. She's been excellent in terms of distribution all season long.
And Williams with 7 games with at least 6 assists. Her scoring is up as well from her time at Miami, where she played for Katie Meyer, who we hope is enjoying retirement right about now. I have a feeling she is.
It seems as though she is.
Yep. Donovan with that jacked up shot, able to rebound her own miss. Richardson scored early in the first quarter. That's her first bucket since.
You could have said like funky shot.
Jacked up doesn't work?
It doesn't.
No,
Not really.
okay. So I need to self-editing would be
Yeah.
better. Sorry.
Soften that up a little bit.
Okay, I shall.
Great take. I think you got to take that shot.
Cochran took a step.
I know Jalea Williams isn't an outstanding three-point shooter, but when you get a drive and you get a kick, you've got a defense in rotation, you got to take your open shot.
And Williams has only hit 3 threes on the season.
Or worst case scenario, attack a closeout and get back into the paint. But oftentimes when you pass up open shots, turnovers happen.
Mayer misses that 3 wide left. Freshman Roberts, starting all season long. Harris bottled up by Thomas, but the ball went over to Cochran, who sent it home. There you go. There's some of that athleticism on display by Jayden Donovan.
And the pretty finish.
Yep. There's that offense. Donovan now with 6 points.
Yeah, that's a great attack. That's just a poor closeout by Cochran. Donovan does a great job of just getting to the rim.
And just a sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Another Washington, D.C.
Another
Prince
DMV.
George's County kid. Boy, Carol Lawson couldn't say enough nice things about Donovan and what she has meant to this defense. Cable comes in. Junior from Ontario, one of 2 Canadians on this club, along with Fournier, who was on the floor. There she is, the freshman, number 35. Curry lost it, but was able to recover, trying to go inside to Cochran. Fournier with some good defense, but might have gotten a piece of Cochran as well. Cochran with 4 points and just 1 rebound so far in this game. And you see Fournier's hand might have gotten her on the face a little bit. And Olivia comes out. Good look into Mayer.
I don't know what happened. Fournier kind of fell down and her defender stopped at that moment and she got back up and set a little brush screen.
Mayer just picked up her 3rd personal foul. That's big. Mayer runs the show for them. She will come out and Richardson comes back in.
And Mayer's been so good, taking care of the basketball, finding her open teammates, opportunistic when she needs to score.
Roberts giving the ball up as the shot clock again goes into single digits. Fournier with some great help defense. And then Okananwa, as usual, in front of everyone.
And this is what Duke needs. They need to create some offense from their defense, get a little bit of momentum. No, Louisville not as aggressive going to the rim, not reading help coverages and help defenders. They're slowing it down in transition, slowing it down in the quarter court, and not getting good high percentage looks.
2-point ball game now. Roberts hit by Jackson.
I mean, this is a good attack, the low clock, but you've got to read multiple defenders. There has to be a dump off in that situation, and that fuels the Duke break. And when you're struggling offensively, when you're struggling to take care of the ball, as Duke was in that second quarter, getting a few easy buckets, it can turn quickly.
Third foul just picked up by Ashlyn Jackson. Sends Roberts to the line. Coming off her first career double-double, 17 points and 10 rebounds. That was against Florida State. They have not played in a week. That was a week ago today when they got that win down in Tallahassee. They had a flu bug kind of going through the team, so a good time to have a bye week for them. Meanwhile, Duke on a short week.
And that was a great win for Louisville to go into Florida State to dominate the game in the way that they did.
Ty Latson had 29 in that game, but they did a good job of shutting down a very high-powered offense. So a timeout on the floor. Duke trailing by 4.
That's a tough one. I mean, I think both of those players deserve to be in the conversation, but right now it's Hannah Hidalgo, in my opinion.
Yeah, remember, Hidalgo's only a sophomore.
Yes.
And a great two-way player.
And has been consistent throughout the entire season on both ends of the floor. Her energy as well. I mean, just the way she plays the game. And Notre Dame, the #1 team in the country.
And has just played so well with Olivia Miles. That's a walk by Stambulolu. 13th turnover. Notre Dame playing Miami tonight. Notre Dame beat Duke on Monday. This is a tough one for Duke. You play on the road Monday against the best team in the country, and you come home to take on a Louisville team that is surging and has been off for a week.
It is in that game against Notre Dame, their second lowest point total of the season. Really struggled for about 3 minutes in that start of that third quarter, and the game just got away from them. There's not enough offensive firepower to make it up.
Fournier cleans up the Roberts miss. DeJesus with the ball now into the game. One of the veterans on this team, a grad point guard, did not play last year.
She shoots at 47% from the three-point line. I felt like she passed up one right there.
Yeah, doesn't shoot a lot of them, but when she does, almost half of them go in. Fournier all the way, and they called her for a charge.
This is just great recognition by Curry. She sees the drive is coming. She's able to get there, take the contact, and Jeff Walls, throughout the course of the last couple of weeks, we've had them a few times and really talking to us about Jayda Curry starting to come into her own. He said, we need her to shoot the ball. In fact, I'm subbing her out if she doesn't. But her leadership, her ability to make plays like that on the defensive end of the floor, she's elevated, and Louisville's needed her to.
Starting since the end of December for this team. Inside look, no good, but the second chance is good. Stambulolu with the basket, and that's what Jeff Walls is just asking for, just a little bit of a contribution. When you come in, a positive result from his bench players, and he's been getting that lately. NBA Friday doubleheader coming your way tomorrow. Jalen Brunson and the Knicks in Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. Stephanie White is going to get up early tomorrow and go and call that game. The only reason I'll watch it. And then after that, you've got the Timberwolves and the Rockets. NBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 6:30 Eastern.
I appreciate that.
That should be a good one, right?
It should be a really good one. Two really good teams.
Yep. Cleveland, we hear, going to get the next WNBA expansion team. That's out there.
That's out there.
That's out there.
That's out there.
To be confirmed, but it's an exciting time.
I remember the last time Cleveland had a WNBA team, I was playing, right? And they played the Cleveland Rocks song from the Drew Carey show, right? Was it from the Drew Carey show?
They were the Cleveland Rockers. Dan Hughes was head coach there. Helen Darling played for them.
Yes, and now Helen Darling's daughter is playing in college.
That's
that is insane.
What is going on?
We're old.
Yes, some of us really. Duke can cut this to a one-possession lead. Donovan with the unorthodox shot.
Much better.
Like that?
I appreciate that effort.
Oh, man.
So you knew Duke was going to make an adjustment. They gave up too many easy drives to the rim. So they're recognizing the help. They're sending their help. Now you got to get rid of the ball a little bit sooner. It's 1 to 2 dribbles too many for Louisville.
Now the fans getting into the game. We had what they call a snowstorm here the other night. Classes were canceled here and in Chapel Hill. They don't handle snow very well here, Steph White. It's an anomaly.
A lot of these southern states don't handle snow very well, right?
Not a lot of plows, but here are the hardy students who showed up.
Well, they didn't have class, so they've been able to rest all day.
You think they've been resting?
I'm not sure. Give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, they've been preparing for the game. Okananwa lost it, got it back, lost it again. Inside, too much for Cochran. And another turnover.
It's ugly right now.
Yes, not pretty.
I mean, neither team taking care of the basketball. Ill-advised passes, rushed decision-making.
3 turnovers in the last minute and a half for Louisville. Richardson, good look, just a little bit too much, and that kind of is a microcosm of what she has been doing in the last month or so. Getting some good looks, just not scoring.
I don't think they like the call.
No, not pleased.
This is missed opportunity for Louisville. You got to finish those, and Delaney Thomas comes down with the rebound. Yeah, it's tough to say.
Ball stays with Louisville after Cochran got a hand on it. High-risk pass, but DeJesus, great hustle! Somehow saved it in for Donovan, who found Okananwa. Vanessa DeJesus sticking with it, and Duke's only down a bucket.
Those are game-winning plays right there. Game-changing momentum plays that DeJesus made.
Good defense by Thomas, and there's DeJesus right in the thick of things. Vanessa DeJesus, the grad guard from California, making a big impact in her minutes.
Well, the most experienced player on the floor for Duke, and she was here in Kara Lawson's first year. There are games where she gets the DNPs, but she's one of those players that stays ready, right? We say you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. She stays ready, and she comes in and makes winning plays.
Her minutes have decreased every year that she's been on campus, has stuck with it, gotten her degree. Making an impact here in the third quarter. That looked like that should have been called a travel, but instead Donovan picks it up and ties the game right before the buzzer.
Matter, and each one of these coaches coaching their team up, no doubt about it, but Duke, all the momentum in that third quarter.
Pam Ward and Stephanie White joining you from Cameron Indoor Stadium. Duke outscored Louisville 16-10 in that third quarter, and right off the bat, a foul was called on Donovan. It is her second personal foul. Duke shooting 51% for the game, 41% for Louisville. One and only meeting in their regular season. And both teams fighting to get the 4th spot in the league, both with 11-3 records coming into this game in conference play. Underneath, freshman Randolph couldn't convert, and Duke gets it. Remember, you get a double bye if you finish in the top 4 in the ACC. Notre Dame right now in control in Miami, so they're going to remain unbeaten. Louisville finishes up at Notre Dame on the last Sunday of the regular season, which, believe it or not, is a week from Sunday.
I mean, this schedule does not get any easier. Louisville goes home to take on Carolina. They play Clemson and Notre Dame, and the same thing for Duke. We had Syracuse, Carolina, and at Florida State.
Turnovers now. Duke with the expanded ACC with Cal, Stanford, and SMU joining. Duke playing North Carolina twice. Louisville's partner is Notre Dame. You get to play them twice. Awesome. But that should be, well, boy, what a way to end the season, taking on the Irish.
Well, Kara Lawson was very concerned in the pregame about her young front court defending Olivia Cochran and Nyla Harris, and they've done an outstanding job in limiting those two.
Foul on to Jesus, who picks up her first. Cochran with just 4 points tonight. Harris with 2, so they've held them to 6 points.
They've kept them off the offensive glass.
Williams at the free throw line, as we remind you that tonight at 10 Eastern over on the ACC Network, our Nothing But Net crew will break down the night in the ACC, highlights and analysis of all the women's games, and looking forward to yet another great weekend coming up. We will be in Louisville when North Carolina comes to town on Sunday. Looking forward to that.
And then we'll be back here for Duke Carolina. Yeah. Take 2. Let's hope there's more scoring in that game.
Yes, we had the one in Chapel Hill where it went to overtime, and
there you go.
There weren't a lot of scores. There's Richardson.
There you go. And Kara Lawson said it. She's been really good in practice. She likes the looks that she's getting. It's just getting out of the funk, getting some confidence.
Richardson with 8 points tonight. Last 8 games only averaging 5 points on 28% shooting. Breaking out of the slump a little bit as Thomas hits the deck.
And that's all she's got to do, just chip away, right? These last few games, just chip away, get comfortable, gain some confidence, so that you feel really good heading into that ACC tournament and NCAA tournament. And you can see her numbers. We've mentioned it. I mean, she has been a 12 to 14 point per game scorer since she's been at Duke. These last 8 games, she has struggled mightily from the floor. And for Duke to make a deep run in March, they need that production from Regan Richardson.
Because what she does on the floor affects everybody else.
It does.
And this is not a Duke team that has a lot of prolific scorers consistently. They need Richardson to do that. Having a pretty good game so far as Cochran hits both free throws.
And the last 11 games for Duke, they've averaged just under 69 points a ball game. First 15 games of the season, over 80. It's not a coincidence, right? Yeah. When Regan Richardson scores, Duke is a better offensive team.
Donovan D'd up there by Cochran. Thomas left it short. Cochran comes away with it.
And we saw this at times in the first quarter where the offense for Louisville would get stagnant. But Jayda Curry knocks down a big three where they stay outside the three-point line the entire possession. But Jayda Curry, step up, big shot right there.
Three ball has been the friend for Louisville tonight. They're 6 of 10 from distance. They're second to last, or towards the bottom, pardon me, 15th in three-point percentage during the season, but they've hit 6 of 10 tonight. Thomas, try again, and she got fouled.
Oh, and they were 8 for 17 against Florida State. It's one of the things that allowed them to get out to that early lead. So they've continued to get better on the offensive and defensive end. Great job by Delaney Thomas of staying with it on the offensive glass. And on the other end, getting around that hard hedge. When the guard goes under, Jayda Curry has that green light. Jeff Walls told us he wants her shooting that shot.
Thomas at the line after Cochran picked up her third foul. And that is the first free throw that Duke has shot as a team tonight. Thomas gets them both. She comes out. Fournier, the freshman, comes back in.
So the substitution, allowing them to set this defense, bring the pressure.
Another three for Curry, a little bit off balance. Here comes Richardson. Cross court, Mayer. Jackson thinking about it. Fournier posting up Cochran, but they go the other way. Jackson calmly knocks down the three, and we're tied up again. Cochran got around Fournier, but that's a terrific rotation by Richardson to draw the charge.
Do the little things, make winning plays. Great shot by Ashlyn Jackson. And then what a defensive play. I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't want to step in there. Olivia Cochran going to the rim. Big time play by Richardson.
Something else to get Richardson going, and that's the fourth foul on Cochran. And she's staying out there. Coach Walls keeping his vet out there playing with four. Almost picked up her fifth.
She's got to be smart. But I think he has to leave her out there.
Maybe get Fournier the ball, yeah, see if you can foul her out. And look who came over to help. Harris, or check that, pardon me, that's Roberts. All righty. And boy, we have a good one here. And Nathan McKinnon scoring for Canada to give them that lead over the U.S. And we got a tie ball game. And there's a foul. And it's going to give Duke an opportunity to get its first lead since the second quarter.
Well, opportunistic, right? That's what Okananwa does. She gets herself in great position, gets the offensive rebound. I mean, she just makes all the hustle plays.
Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern time on ESPN, the College Game Day crew in Raleigh, not far from here, to set you up for a great afternoon, a triple header on ESPN, beginning with Notre Dame, NC State. Then we'll be in Louisville for the Carolina game, and finally LSU and Kentucky. Great afternoon coming your way, starting with the Nothing But Net crew in Raleigh. And this is indeed Duke's first lead since they led 18-16. Big, big game for both teams. Cochran, count it! Scoring on Richardson.
I think this is what Louisville has to try to do. Duke likes to switch a lot on their on-ball screens, or they're going to hard show with Fournier. You've got to find ways to get Olivia Cochran mismatches so that she can go to work on the interior. There's not anyone who can check her one-on-one. Got to find ways to get her involved.
Cochran staying out there with the 4 personal fouls. Misses, but the rebound by Marissa Russell, who just came into the game for Louisville, and that results in a second chance opportunity.
Big time play, and Jeff Walls will go with Marissa Russell. Oftentimes at the end of games, she's got experience. She's a grad senior
from Ottawa. It's Louisville the lead back. Mayer to Fournier, and we saw Cochran give her a little bit of space, right? Because she's playing with 4 fouls.
Yeah, and you got to know, you got to flood from that weak side. You've got to get over there. You know that the ball's going to go to Fournier. That's great execution by Duke.
And Fournier with the foul as Roberts turn the corner. A couple of very talented freshmen. Again, both of them with 5 ACC Rookie of the Week acknowledgments.
I mean, that's just terrific execution. Timely passes, getting it in there so that she can go straight to work. But there's no help on the backside. You got to flood that weak side.
So Roberts goes to the line. We asked Jeff Walls what he liked about his freshman. He said simply she knows how to play basketball, so she doesn't rush. Very efficient, which is a big thing with you coaches.
Yes.
You like your efficient players.
Sure do. And I think that was about as an aggressive of an attack as we've seen from her. I think she can do more of that. Oftentimes we see her settling for that mid-range pull-up when she can flat out get to the rim.
2 free throws by Roberts gets them the lead. Okananwa given a little bit of room by Russell, and she took advantage of it.
Got to stay disciplined in that situation right there. If you're Russell, you got to force Okananwa to shoot it over an outstretched hand.
Roberts contact and the foul called before the shot.
This is one of the things that always drives me crazy. Everybody is on the left side of the floor, and players continually allow straight line drives to that isolated side. Send her back to the help. Get on that right hand. Like, that's just floor recognition and communication from your teammates.
Reagan Richardson has just picked up her 4th foul, and that sends Roberts right back to the line. Two more for her. Gets the lead to 2.
Uh-oh.
Okananwa full speed ahead. Richardson drives off glass. Reagan Richardson with the big bucket.
So good to see that with Reagan Richardson. She started the ball game with an attack to the rim, and that was a strong attack and finish.
Yet another tie. Okananwa, good defense to cut off the baseline. Shot clock winding down. Offensive rebound and a foul. Curry holding on to her left calf.
Yeah, it looks like she's cramping up. But how about that effort by Nyla Harris? Curry does a good job of attacking the rim, and there's just no check by Fournier. Nyla Harris is one of the best offensive rebounds in the ACC.
Ashlyn Jackson has picked up her 4th personal foul for Duke.
This is just such a good sign for Duke. Reagan Richardson has been aggressive. She's hunted shots. You can see she's got a little extra bounce in her step.
Player they desperately need to get going. She has 10 points, only her 2nd double-digit scoring game in her last 9.
Well, she's such an integral part of everything that they do. She can get a shot when she wants. They like to run her off of a lot of pin downs and screens. She does have the ability to break players down off the bounce. But it takes some pressure off of everybody else and some pressure off of your defense to be perfect when you get production from Richardson.
Louisville has been good at the line in this quarter. Carol Lawson calls a timeout as Okananwa was bottled up near half court.
Has played just such a tough schedule. They've been in a lot of them as well.
Duke down 2 with the basketball. They have hit their last 4 shots from the floor. Richardson off the rim. Rebound, Russell. Louisville has won 6 of the last 7 in this series, including last year. This would be big in the ACC standings. Shot clock winding down, and it's grabbed by Okananwa.
I love that play by Oluchi Okananwa. I mean, she's everywhere.
Yeah.
She's everywhere. Just her activity level on both ends of the floor, but great anticipation skills to tie up Jalea Williams.
Another timeout. Welcome back. Oluchi Okananwa with another good defensive play. But Louisville with 3.6 seconds to shoot as they inbound under their own basket, up by 2. Jeff Walls calling out the play. Drawn up during the timeout, barely get it in. Here's Russell, who's not known for her offensive ability, but she knocks it in off glass.
The experience, again, going with Russell, end of game situations, making a play.
Okananwa dribbled into trouble. And then Richardson was able to come in and help, and there's a foul on the Cards.
Russell didn't have a choice. She had to attack the rim, try to get it up off of the glass. Hey, look, I always say, get it up there on the glass. Give it a chance to go in. A lot of these young kids don't want to use the glass nowadays. Great play. Bench loving it.
Second foul on Williams. Richardson lost it momentarily. Okananwa thought about it, put it up. Richardson got to take it away. Jayda Curry stepped in front and then is hip checked by Richardson, who is just fouled out of the game. Well, you talked about it all game, Steph. Jayda Curry, senior, who is really kind of finding herself, stepping into her own the last several games.
Yeah, she really has. Great job of just getting in that passing lane. Missed opportunity for Duke. Of course, Curry, an outstanding free throw shooter. But Jeff Walz had talked about it, you know, last year just finding her way in the system. This year becoming more of a go-to player and a vocal leader for a young squad that has 9 newcomers, this Louisville Cardinals team. Putting the pieces together. You've seen it incrementally throughout the course of this season, them getting better on the offensive end of the floor. Still not defensively like we had typically seen Jeff Walz's Louisville ball clubs, but the last 3 games leading into this matchup, they have been outstanding defensively as well.
And this, as you mentioned, not the player you want on the free throw line. On pace to set a record as the best free throw shooter to come through, well over 90%. And it's a 6-point advantage. Okananwa can score quickly.
I'm not sure why they're not bringing a little bit of pressure.
Right, playing it straight up, wanting to get the stop, needing to get the stop.
I like this right here, the ball in Jayda Curry's hands.
Now the shot clock is becoming an issue. Curry for 3. Got the rim. Marissa Russell with another big rebound.
Got a foul. Got a foul.
Still have it. And that finally, 13 seconds after the offensive rebound, they get the foul. And it's Jackson's 5th. She walks right to the bench knowing she has fouled out.
Again, what a big play. Marissa Russell's in the ball game at the end of the game for a reason. She's a grad student. She and Cochran, the most experienced players on this roster. She made a huge bucket with a low clock after an out-of-bounds play. And then a big-time offensive rebound. Just gets position, stays engaged, comes away with it, and knows exactly what to do. Get it out, milk some more clock.
So Louisville has just been living on the free throw line, particularly here in the 4th quarter. They are 12 of 13 from the line in this quarter. Duke as a team is 4 for 4 from the line for the game.
I know every coach looks at that discrepancy at the end of the ball game. I can tell you that.
Right, that's a big discrepancy.
It's a big discrepancy. But
Very perfect.
And I have felt like Louisville has been the aggressor from the jump. You know, they did a really good job in the first half of attacking the rim.
Curry with big game. The winner will take over sole possession of 4th place in the ACC with 2 games to play. And you get the tiebreaker. Mayer just wouldn't go down. Ball goes out of bounds. And initially, D. Cantner pointed towards Duke. I think they're going to go to the monitor to make sure.
Foul on the floor is white ball. The out-of-bounds play is under review.
Mayer got a good look. That looks like it hit Okananwa right in that elbow. So a good call by D. Cantner to go to the review.
Yep, you see it got it right around that left forearm.
Yes.
So it should be reversed. Veteran official D. Cantner, Billy Smith, CFE Show, our other officials tonight. So Louisville, if they win tonight, will be their 19th win of the season, and Charlie Cream has them projected as a 7 seed. Strength of schedule 17. This would be their second quad 1 win.
And look, the finish of this season for Louisville, they lost against Notre Dame at Notre Dame. Then they had Cal, who was ranked number 21 at the time, and Stanford. Then go on the road to Florida State, a ranked opponent. Duke on the road, a ranked opponent. Then they have Carolina, another one at home. I mean, this has been a tough stretch for the Cardinals, and they have been successful. They've locked in on the defensive end of the floor. They've continued to do individually what each one of them does best, and collectively they've been able to put it together because of that.
Yeah, 6 of their final 8 games against ranked teams. So the call was confirmed.
Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah.
I know it has to be clear and conclusive, but it looked pretty clear from our viewpoint.
And then Curry grabbed the ball as it went off of DeJesus's hands, and then she got plunked. And Jayda Curry with a new season high in scoring tonight. 7 of her 22 points coming from the free throw line, where she has not missed. Roberts, the freshman, 6 of 6 from the line. Duke out shooting Louisville from the floor, 51% to 43, but you'd mentioned it's the 3-pointers and the free throws.
Yeah, it is, and you certainly don't want to trade 3s for 2s. Neither one of these teams are known for the amount of 3-point shots that they make, but the discrepancy between the two tonight has been in Louisville's favor.
4 more 3s and a ton more free throws. Curry perfect. 24 points for her. And Louisville, with a strong 4th quarter, helped a lot by getting to the line and hitting their free throws. Can Duke